Hi, this is Dr. Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today. I'm in Chicago at the Search Engine Strategies Conference here with Eric Enge, who's an expert in the area of organic search. Part of organic search is building links to your website, because when you do, it helps increase your ranking. But often it's sort of done off in a corner and not well understood. So what I want to talk about today is how do you integrate link building into your business?
Right. No, it's an excellent question, and the first thing you have to realize is that there are dozens of choices of how you can go about it, and they will all sound good on the surface. So you have to go through a process to get the strategy right. This is a very often overlooked aspect of how people approach link building when they decide to engage with it. They don't realize it's like, okay, go start. Start what? You know, it's like the old joke of the software development manager barking over his shoulder to the software engineering team. You guys start coding. I'm going to go find out what they want. And you know, it has the same sort of.
So what's the process of developing the strategy? What are the options, for example?
Yeah. So just to give some illustration of the kinds of things you can do. You know, there's the old-fashioned method of doing a backlink analysis of your competitors' websites and learning who their good links are, where they're getting their good links, and contacting those folks and asking them, and that's a fine process. And then there's things that are a bit more modern, like chasing social news sites, like you know, Dig and Reddit and sites like that, where if you're able to get an article you've written on the homepage of those sites, you get a lot of links.
Okay. What are some other strategies you found fruitful?
Public relations strategies, well structured, can be quite effective.
So news releases.
News releases,
okay.
Right? Targeted. You know, have to have something to say.
How long do links like that usually last?
So what you're looking for there is, well, let me answer the question.
Yeah.
So they do age out, right? And
the news releases themselves.
Yeah, the news releases themselves. But what you're looking to do is to use that as a means to reach, you know, more influential people who will then follow up and do follow-up work and follow-up articles.
Like the journalists that want to write articles and that kind of thing, yeah.
Right. And there's another way to get at the journalists too. If you implement on your own site a quality news feed so that you are a good news source, you can get yourself, if you do that properly, into Google News and maybe even potentially Yahoo News.
Other linking strategies that you found fruitful?
So
exploring various linking strategies? Right.
So what it comes down to is the big question you need to answer is, why are they going to link to you? Okay. So, you know, we don't buy links. I've declared that for many years, and you know, so that's not a strategy we see. But one way you can do that is syndicating content is also quite effective. In fact, that relates to what I'm speaking about here later today.
Now, is this what's called article marketing, or another twist on this?
So it depends on how you're using the term article marketing. In the old days, article marketing was sending out a bunch of, you know, low to medium quality articles to article directories and getting juice from that, and that's okay, but it's got to be a small component of your larger strategy. So now the way to think about it is, okay, who are the people who have the best links that you could possibly want? And is there something that you can create for content that they would be interested in putting on their site? And then you have to build the relationship, and you have to get them to trust you, and you give them the article, and you get killer links, which are far more valuable. So that's an important way to think about this is, how do you prioritize all this, right? So there's so many different ideas. You know, what's the approach?
Now you were saying that companies really have to look at this as another form of marketing, not just sort of a weird thing. But what do you mean by that?
Yeah, so a lot of times people view SEO, and including link building, but all of SEO, as something that, you know, some guy sits in a corner and does, and and it's best if you don't interact with him because you don't know what's going to happen. If you do, you might catch the disease, right? What they don't understand that it needs to be a part of marketing overall.
Just the geek disease?
Yeah, it's the geek disease, exactly. So, if you have a marketing budget and you're doing other things, right? Yeah. Maybe you're already doing PR, you're just not including link building in your thinking with it.
Okay.
Or larger companies doing TV campaigns or print campaigns. There's things that you can do that don't change the nature and structure of those campaigns, but subtle tweaks that can have a huge link building impact.
So as you're planning your marketing strategy, you want to look at link building as part of the whole so it can be integrated.
Right. I mean, another example that's a very effective technique that speaks to that is, most companies have, a head, a CEO or a president, and that person is quite often a very effective public presence, right? So get them interviewed. There you go. You now have links from probably some pretty good magazines, right? So that's sort of a twist on the article syndication thing.
Okay. Any final word to companies that are looking at link building?
So I'd say that the biggest thing is to understand that it's just a basic part of marketing, as I said before, and that means you never stop. It's about promoting your business. It's just a particular aspect of how you're promoting it. Okay. So it needs to be a permanent part of your landscape.
So it's not just a campaign, it's a permanent lifestyle.
Right.
And a way of looking at marketing.
Right.
Well, thanks so much for sharing with us, Eric. Tell me about your business and what you do.
Sure. President of Stone Temple Consulting. It's been doing SEO services for 7 years for companies ranging to Fortune 25 companies to smaller startups. Okay. So a wide range of companies. And recently became a published author with the release of The Art of SEO.
Very good. So, well, congratulations and thanks for sharing with us.
All right, thank you.
This is Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today.